you for tuning into TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Saturday. And I have the question for the week. I guess it's really not a question, though, but it's more of a statement like, God, help me. Okay. So a lot of times we ask God for help, for guidance, for assistance. And when assistance shows up, we don't like it because it don't look like what we wanted it to look like. It don't sound like what we wanted it to look like. It don't feel like what we wanted it to look like. And so we sit back and we tell God, like, this isn't the help I was asking for. I need this specifically. Or if it's not that, we ask for help and then we sit back and we wait. Like it's just gonna, just miraculously, if I could talk, miraculously appear. Like it's just gonna out of thin air. So let me say something. When it comes to that part, nobody ever went anywhere standing still. If you stand still, you go nowhere. Okay? Nowhere whatsoever. You don't move. There's nothing. There's no interaction. There's no breeze. There's no nothing because you're just standing there. So when we ask God for help, you still have to do some action. Like, let's say you're asking God for some guidance on a new job, or you're asking for help with, bringing love into your life, or you asking God for help with more money in your life. Well, if you're just saying that and you're still going through your routine and not doing anything different, trying to change it, then guess what? You're going to still end up with the same thing over and over again. Nothing's going to change. You're waiting on opportunity to knock at your door and you still sitting on the couch and won't get up, So you have to get out there. You have to move. You have to, you know what? I'll give it to you like this. One of the things my best friend told me one time, she says, you pray and pray and pray and pray like there's no tomorrow. And then you act as if you never prayed to begin with. And what that means is you ask God, you focus on it, you center on it, you meditate on it, you visualize it. And then you go out and you act on it as if you never asked for anything. So while you're out there moving around, it's going to come to you. But if you're standing still stagnant, nothing's coming to you. When the wind ain't blowing, nothing moves. Nothing goes anywhere. It's when the wind blows and you get that action that things start to happen. And so you have to be your own wind and get out there and do stuff. Okay? So it's not just going to come knocking on your door. You got to get out there and do something. Give God some help. All right? He's trying to help you. He's trying to send stuff, but you're not taking it. Okay, which reminds me of a parable, which I'm going to get to in a minute. The other part to that where I was getting at is that you ask God for help, and when it does show up, you don't like the way it looks. God, I asked you for a husband. This man ain't even all that attractive to me. You asked him for a husband. You ain't asking for somebody to look good. You want some eye candy, and that's all you're going to get is some eye candy. Because I'm going to tell you from my own experience, most, not all, so don't go blowing up my comments and mailbox. But most of the eye candy pieces, they don't have that kind of content. They still playing the fields. They're not ready to settle down. That's just been my experience. So when you ask for something, you got to put some action to it. And God is going to send you what you need and what's good for you. But if you want to be specific and say this, and this, and that got to have that, then that's what you're going to get. And then you're going to sit back and say, well, God, why you send me this? This wasn't what I asked for. It was exactly what you asked for. So all I'm saying is that when you ask God for help, you ask for God for assistance, you actually have to go out there and try to get it yourself. You want love in your life, then you got to put yourself out there, make yourself available. How's love going to find you? You got to be prepared for somebody to come talk to you at the grocery store when you in aisle 8 looking at, turnips or something. I don't know. But you got to be prepared for somebody to approach you at that time. If you in a grocery store and somebody trying to talk to you, you're like, ain't nobody else going to come to you because you're rejecting it already and you asked for it. Okay? So all I'm saying is that if you ask God for help, be open to getting it, however it comes. And I'm going to give you an example when it comes to a job. So I was working at the insurance company. And I remember I was in this position. I didn't like the position because it was basically answering phones. And then I went from answering phones to answering written and doing phones. And I was really tired of it. I wanted to get out of my department, but I couldn't because I really believed that my manager was blocking me. Okay. So what I did was I took a lateral position. So basically just doing the exact same thing, just in a different department. So under different management. And from there, I remember one of my team leaders, after I did that position for about a year, I remember one of my team leaders came to me and said, Toy, I want you to apply for this position. And it was basically the help desk. But as being the help desk, you help other people in that are on the phones, as well as leadership and escalations and things like that. And I did that position before in the department I was trying to get out of, and I didn't like it. So I'm like, I want to move up, but I don't think I want to do this. And so basically I got pushed into doing it, which was fine. So I ended up doing it. And I remember about a year after doing this position, I think it was coming up on a year. And I remember having this conversation with God, like, I just cannot keep doing this. And what happened was one of my previous bosses came to me and told me, like, hey, somebody reached out to me and I gave them your name. And so that was how I moved out of that, got off the phones and out of that department and everything completely, was because they recommended me. But none of this would have happened had I not taken that first step. So yeah, you want a new job, and maybe that job you got to take is not one that you want, but it's the one you need to take in order to get to the job that you want to get. So that's what I'm saying. So sometimes God takes you in a path where you're going from one step to one step to one step, because everything ain't something you can just jump from A and go to Z. Sometimes you got to take them baby steps all the way up to Z. And so that's what happened with me. I had to take them baby steps. I had to go to this job that I didn't like so that people could actually see me. And they can see the work I can do. They can see my integrity. They can see my work ethic. And then from there, I was able to get another position because people saw my value. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't take that job that I didn't like. And that job I didn't like was what was presented to me, because I'm asking God, like, I got to get out of this job. I need a different position. Okay, well, here's a different position. And no, it didn't look like what I wanted it to look like. It wasn't what I wanted, but it was what I needed. And because I took that position, I was able to move into a job that I actually liked before I got fired. But anyway, that's how the cookie crumbles, right? But any case, like I said, you have to be open for it, because it may not come in the manner or the packaging that you think it should. Sometimes it comes in what you need and not what you think you need or think you want. So that's the message for today. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you got anything out of this content, please share with somebody else, because chances are they'll get something as well. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.